Oi, oi! Welcome to Toast Football Wisdom. Please, Buffett, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. Especially to subscribe so that we can give you the very, very, very good and great news. You know what happened last week? The derby between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. And then we're going to follow up again Kaizer Chiefs, Siwelele, Samasel, in Bloemfontein, Toyota Stadium. Yeah, that's where things were happening last night. And then we're going to go to Seshego, Limpopo, Seshego, where also things were happening for Mamelodi Sundowns and Polokwane City. It was a home game of Polokwane City. So we're going to talk about those three games.
All right, Hotman, asingene tabini. The highly anticipated Soweto derby ayikho besiyikhalela ukufana nale. Aleyo nayo bebalekile. Lafika ilanga lakhona kwadlalwa, it was a dirty game. Too many fouls, marawabizwa, too many mistakes from the ref, poor officiating. Abo coach Abdeslam Mawadu losing tactical battle. I mean, clearly things went in favor of the Kaizer Chiefs. What did you make of the game?
Firstly, look, it was a very interesting game. And personally, I knew that Kaizer Chiefs were going to defend. But what I was worried about again is that as they're going to defend, how many players are they going to be at the back in terms of defending for Kaizer Chiefs? And then the other part is, are they going to look at getting something out of nothing? Then I'll watch the game. Obviously, as imnyama ngenkanza kepulumuzi ngamasipala zawenzo wawo. No, bengibhekile vele ukuthi they will coming flying. Yeah, sending all the army there in terms of trying to get the 3 points because of you know what's happening between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. So it was a very interesting one. A very physical game. Before I can go further, let me say this. Well done to the technical team of Kaizer Chiefs. I'm saying this because you guys, you've sit down, you've realized that, look, pound to pound, you can't match Orlando Pirates. As a group, maybe, yes or no. But as a team, we can match. And that's what you did, guys. Well done. You know, sometimes when you realize that I'm now Shugela, like these other teams, like Pirates and Sundowns, then you work on what you've got. And for me, to come up with that tactical plan, you know, that was very, very, very smart of you guys. Well done. I salute you on that because you guys have worked very hard. You defended well as a team. And again, what you did is part of the game. For me, I always say it's part of the game. Mount I must try something else that already going to disturb you in terms of your game plan. And you guys were more physical in the game. Yes, some fouls I was not happy about, but your appearance in the game, you make sure that you want Pirates players to really feel you in terms of the physicality and being aggressive in that field. And somehow it did work for you guys because it was not easy for Mfukeng to be in the game. It was not easy for Apolise and also for Moremi, who eventually went out because of the injury. Hope it's not a serious injury that will keep him out until the rest of the season, because we want to see him also representing us in the World Cup. He's one of the wingers that he's very, very smart in terms of how to use his speed. And Kaizer Chiefs, you guys have worked hard. Orlando Pirates, you guys have worked hard, you know, trying to play your own game. At some point, everyone of Kaizer Chiefs was right behind the ball. They find themselves, you know, in that edge of the box, defending there. You know, Orlando Pirates trying to come inside, creating chances, Peterson come to the party. Well done, Peterson. You know, I'm one person that when you do something good, I will talk about it. And if you're not going to do something good, I will also going to talk about it. Well done, boy. It's not a surprise why everyone is asking why we are not in the national team. But, you know, you're competing with also the best keepers for that position of being in the national team, because when you've got Williams, you've got Chahine, you've got Goss, those three keepers, they're on top of their game. You know, same applies to you. You know, it's a good and healthy competition when I look at you guys as keepers, that whoever that is going to get a chance in terms of representing the country, no one is going to question, you know, to say, no, but why not this one, why that one? This one is doing better than the other one. No, all of four of you guys, you've been fantastic from last season coming to this season. And yeah, you were there stopping everything that Orlando Pirates they tried to create. And then until Muremi got injured. Here's the tricky part. Where I believe myself. So I believe that that's where Orlando Pirates they've lost the game. Actually, not really winning the game. Because one, why I'm saying this, Orlando Pirates, they play with speed. They had Apolise, they had Muremi, they had Mfukeng, they had Mbutuma, and then with the surprise of Sibelebele, with the surprise of Otto on the left side. So Pirates, very good speed, good combination play, interchange of position and passes. They did very well. When Muremi got injured, that's where the technical team of Orlando Pirates, they've missed their game plan. Hear me out. I know Mtu is going to question me. Personally, this is what I was going to do. Muremi is going out injured. I was going to put Van Rooyen as a right back and then push Sibelebele more forward. We play with speed. That's how we are as Orlando Pirates. We play with speed. So now, the technical team of Orlando Pirates made a mistake. That's my point of view when they put Tito in. And then now, look at what the damage that happened when Tito came in. It compromised Mofokeng. We have to take Mofokeng to go wide. We have to reduce now in terms of going with speed, because we need to take Tito in, and Tito must do the things. I love Tito. Very, very good player. Very intelligent. I like him a lot. But sometimes you need to look at the game. The game will ask you questions to say, in this moment, what is it that we need? I think to put Tito in, for me, not at that time, where we are putting pressure at Kaizer Chiefs, using that speed, we didn't need Tito. I would say personal, we didn't need Tito because of look at the game itself. It was more physical, you know. The tackles were all over. Everyone was hammering, you know. They were more physically, and that type of game, it doesn't suit to Tito because, you know, when you go to him physically, he's not that really strong in terms of will fight physical and all of that. So for me, I was not going to put him. Yeah, Mtu.
Angivumelana nawe. I'm not going to question you. Angivumelana nawe. Let's talk about the officiating. There's a clip esibonile on social media. It's making rounds, especially on X clip yakona, where people are counting the number of fouls each Chiefs committed against the Pirates.
Yeah.
Apolis was fouled.
Yeah.
Couple of times. Mufukeng was fouled a couple of times. There was a point Undlovu even jumped on top of Mfukeng. Maboye na umnyathela isisu. So I guess what Chiefs were trying to do bewazama ukumfrustrate. But poor officiating, in my opinion. What did you make of Abongile Tom's officiating in that game? Uyibambe kahle la game or emhluleli?
Look, that game was 50-50 for Abongile Tom because one, he needs to protect players. And as a referee, key players of the other team. You know the key players of the other team. And you need to look at how they've been picked, in terms of the opponents. How do they get to win the ball in those players? Are they going there, with really good intentions of winning the ball? Are they so aggressive in a manner that the players they would get injured? Yes, they were. They were very, very physical, And, sometimes, that's why I said, sometimes it works for you because this is what you've got. The Pirates players, they're not that strong in terms of physicality, compared to Kaizer Chiefs players. But Kaizer Chiefs players, they're very strong. They're fighters. They didn't to fight for anything in that game. And yes, Abongile Tom, somehow he gave them, a little way, Kaizer Chiefs, because if we're saying Abongile Tom was supposed to give cuts and cuts and cuts, I think Kaizer Chiefs were going to remain about with maybe 8 to 9 players. Looking at how they were so aggressive to all of the Paris players. But Abongile Tom, it was a 50-50 game. In terms of the game itself, in general, the only question that I've got for Abongile Tom and his assistant is that that goal of Apolise, was it really offside? I'm asking. I'm not sure. I'm asking because where I was, I couldn't really see clearly. I saw him that he was onside, but you guys know better. I think too. For me, the game was okay for him.
And then game mayiphela siyabona iKaizer Chiefs eba celebrate ngathi bebabuya ukuyothatha iWorld Cup or bebabuya nje ukwini league or something. Was this game that important for Chiefs ukuthi baphume ne-draw?
Let me take you back, Mdu. It was a very important game for Kaizer Chiefs. Remember that they lost on the first round 1-0. 3-0 against Orlando Pirates. They've lost. So coming to this game, that's why they came to defend. Because they knew that these guys, they've got good players, individual brilliance, combination play. We don't want Orlando Pirates to score a single goal. And they've worked hard. They've worked very hard. And here's the thing too. Sometimes you are caught by surprise as a coach. But you need to be in the game. You need to analyze the game. You need to take decisions based on what the game is asking you. Kaizer Chiefs, they caught one of the Pirates with a transition. Actually, not even a transition. That was a counter attack, because Pirates, they tried to build with CBC, and then they get the Kaizer Chiefs. They caught the ball, and then they do the counter pressing there, and then they went to score a goal. Remember, guys, I always say this: there's nothing wrong as a coach to learn from another coach. There's nothing wrong. Look, trust me, there's nothing wrong. You know why I'm saying this? You remember Mamelodi Sundowns played against Esperance. Sundowns was leading 1-0. He had Loftus. When Coach Miguel Cardoso wanted to put Orenas as a strike up front, still remember? And then came Umudau. Umudau said to the coach, no, we don't need an attacking player. We need somebody that will help us in defending. You still remember? Then I'm taking to the game of Kaizer Chiefs. You are leading 1-0 against people that they've got very good players in attack. Instead of you putting a striker, why you didn't put a defender? Put a defender. You can put the Frostler there, and then you shift Monyane central. Then you've got 5 at the back. Then you wait. You close all the spaces there. And again, you don't take out Ukacheni. You're taking out a person that was giving Orlando Pirates midfielders a headache by being so aggressive in that midfield. By so doing so, then you allow Orlando Pirates to play. You allow Orlando Pirates to find themselves in good positions. That's when Sibele came in, and then Sibele I think scored a goal for Orlando Pirates. It tells you that when you still gonna remember, that's why I'm saying I think they got carried away, the technical team of Kaizer Chiefs, when they were leading 1-0, because they thought, you know what, if we add a striker, maybe Pirates will say, let's call back one midfielder so that the minus numbers going forward. But now, Orlando Pirates, they were not scared in terms of 1v1. Not at all. That's why when he came in, Usilva, he made things easier for Orlando Pirates. And then it happens that Orlando Pirates, they got a goal, an equalizing goal. Well done to that.
No, sababongela makhosi. Because ngathi ba win league, so congratulations Kaizer Chiefs for
No, Bega. It was like a 3-point itself against Orlando Pirates. You know why? As I said, that they came to the game to defend. And what they are proud of is that they managed to score a goal, and they scored first. They didn't equalize, they scored first. And their plan of defending and being so aggressive to all of the Pirates players, it did work. So that's why they were celebrating.
We were celebrating a game plan. So please encourage our people to continue to engage Nati on the socials. We are live, so funda ma comment wabonana.
Bafetu, ngakhoka Bafetu, and send them a message. Bafetu, I know what happened last night. Aseqale from kwiDerby size ngayo kanje Bafetu. Singayibambila. Almasibambalana ingabuyi siphazamisa. But it's still open for us to talk about it. About a game last night that we're gonna come to. But what we're asking with Bafetu, please, Bafetu, let's engage, let's talk. I wanna hear you guys, Guti, after the derby, how you guys were feeling after seeing Kaizer Chiefs celebrating, how you guys felt at that time playing against the best attacking team in the Betway Premiership.
And then Mamelodi Sundowns played Richards Bay straight after that game, and they were held to a goalless draw. And then Izolo, Mamelodi Sundowns traveled to Esshego to play against the Polokwane City. They won that one. Mamelodi Sundowns dropped points in 2 consecutive games, and then Izolo, they went back to winning ways, which then put them on top of the Betway Premiership table. Mamelodi Sundowns, bayehlisile performance this season, or ukuthi ba focus more on CAF? And do you think bazo defend the title level?
You know, Mamelodi Sundowns, it's one team that if you're not smart, if you are not watching them, you will think they've lost their path a bit if you're not watching them. But they're very smart. These guys, they know how to play these games. Yes, they were unlucky against Richards Bay, but also Richards Bay, they did very well. Last night, it was a very, very, very difficult game. A very difficult game to play in that small field, not really a good surface in terms of the pitch itself to be, a good one for Mamelodi Sundowns to play their type of football. It didn't happen. like that. But they keep on trying and trying and trying. One player, that's why I said, I think last week or a week before, I said, for a player of the season, it's going to be tough. We will end up looking at who's going to win the league and then give those players that make sure that the team wins the league. I'm saying this because Allende has been doing well this season. Very well, Allende. And Allende has been getting to these positions where no one is thinking that he's going to get there. He's there. Look at the goal that he scored last night. Beautiful goal. Beautiful. You know, he advanced. He's no more the Allende that you think he's going to keep the ball, slow down the pace and dictate in terms of are we going to go fast or we're going to delay. No. So, last night games for me, it was a very beautiful game for Mamelodi Sundowns, even including Polokwane City. They did well. For the main fact of Sundowns did P2 1-0. That means there was something good that you guys were doing in that field. And yeah, it's Mamelodi Sundowns back on top of the log, Orlando Pirates behind them.
The title race continues. Marawena, in your opinion, given the past 3 games, Orlando Pirates obviously winning 3-0 against Amazulu and then playing to a draw in Chiefs. Mamelodi Sundowns being held by Stellenbosch to a 1-0 draw. Richards Bay Ababamba 0-0 Izoloba win. Who is winning this league? Does Orlando Pirates have a chance? And if they don't, bye-bye Zegupi. Mamelodi Sundowns, a defender. If you think they can't, bye-bye Zegupi.
Look, I think they still have to play, Baba. I think they still have to play because the game against Richards Bay and even last night's game, it says to me, you'll never know. Maybe draw, maybe lose, because there were some moments I think Richards Bay, they were supposed to get the 3 points clean with how they were running at the defense of Mamelodi Sundowns. But they still gonna fight. It's not yet over. It's just that when Mamelodi Sundowns sitting up there, it's gonna be tough. And the other thing is that they're not only looking at the Champions League because they know that if they're not gonna be top 2 or number 1, they cannot be champions. That means they're not gonna play the Champions League. If let's say Pirates win the league, Chiefs come to end up with position 2, Sundowns 3rd. That means Sundowns they need to go and play the Confederation Cup, not the Champions League. Unfortunately, the rules of the CAF, they're not saying as you won it last season, you've got a big passage for you to go all the way to maybe group stages. No, they need to work. So, Mamelodi Sundowns, they are very, very good. They're very good. I saw last night the game. Yes, you can see there and there that the legs are normal. But how they put things together, it's surprising.
So, Apele League. Orlando Rubele Torkop.
I'm too assimilate. Let's give it the last 2 games. After, or let's say the last 3 games, then I'll tell you guys that where is this trophy going.
All right. But Sebasa celebrate because Chiefs Nandi celebrating the draw against Orlando Pirates. I guess the coaches focused more on the game against Orlando Pirates, but Kohle Swelele is on the way because they lost 2-0. What did you make of the game between Swelele FC and Kaizer Chiefs?
One, I will start by saying I'm happy that my 2 colleagues that I played with at Orlando Pirates, Siema and William Jackson, they're doing very well at Swelele. They're doing very well. And the last night's games, I think Chiefs were lucky. I'll put it that way. Chiefs were lucky not to concede more than 3 or 4 goals. They were lucky. Because Siwelele, especially first half, Siwelele were all over Kaizer Chiefs, creating chances. They scored. They find themselves in good areas where Ponsane will come to the pocket and play that pass in between for Chele to run, for Cheza to run, Abu Mazibugo. They've got what it takes. They've got what it takes. But Kaizer Chiefs, I think they were still at FNP Stadium. Kneeling down there, celebrating. Their mind, I think, is still there. Because the way I look at the team, the way they played, they didn't look convincingly that really this is a team that they played the derby over the weekend. They can do things in a better way. But Siwelele, well done to Usiema and Coach William Jackson. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Last night, you've shown some weaknesses of Kaizer Chiefs, and if they're not going to fix that, then they're in trouble.
Mara, given how they've been playing recently, holding Orlando Pirates to a draw, they've played 6 games, Abaluzang, and of the 6 games, they won 5 of those games, and then the Pirates go by draw. Badly Waizol. Do you think bazoqeda lapha ku number 3 or amaZulu ingafika lapha basus?
No, sebahleli ku number 3. And I like this. I like this that it's going to be Pirates and Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. I didn't say Pirates will win the league, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying Pirates will win the league, but what I'm saying is it's nice to see Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, and Kaizer Chiefs, the 3 top teams of the Betway, to be up there. Not the Kaizer Chiefs that was down there that we didn't even see in the MTN 8. So now they're working very hard. Yes, as a coach, you're not going to please everyone. Never. So it's important that Kaizer Chiefs, they must play the Confederation Cup. This is where you build your team. This is where you build that they will gain that experience of playing against these other teams from other countries. Because if you wanted to be the champ, you need to play with the champ. So now they want to play Champions League, but they must start first with the Confederation Cup. Then they'll get the spot for Champions League.
Labo coach laba bantu bebakhala ukuthi these coaches must leave. They are plumbers bayamosha lapha Kaizer Chiefs, but it seems they're doing a better job than Unabi because the squad is similar, just a few new signings. Marapega bona, they're fighting for a number 3, not number 8. Nabi was fighting for top 8. They're fighting for a top 3 finish so they can qualify for the CAF Confederations Cup again. Should Kaizer Chiefs then keep them next season? Maybe next season Bangalore top 2.
To be honest, I believe that Kaizer Chiefs, they need a coach. Somebody that will be accountable for the team. Somebody that when he makes a decision, then it's up to him. Not, you know, this thing of coaches. Sometimes here's the problem. Umdu wants to relay to start. And I mean, I'm saying don't start to relay much. We're going to put in second half so that it can help us in terms of waking up everyone and everyone feels that, you know what, yeah, we're going. But now, if that doesn't happen, then it's a serious problem. And a very serious one.
All right, before Sivala, I just want to talk about certain players. Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns. Yeah. At the start of the season, we saw Orlando Pirates. Yeah, confirm signing Yaga Masindi and Tajela. And then he came in, Maketlen Makaula was injured and Usihlen Nduli was getting more game time, and then Coach Owadu would use him more as a number 10, benching Utito, and then really playing as a wing until Uri started playing Lapaya. And then Usihlen Nduli gets injured. Now Namtajela gets more and more game time. He came on as a substitute in the Soweto derby. Angenela uMakehleni Makaula. Orlando Pirates lost their shape in the middle of the park. It seemed in a nombata bebalandelan. What have you made of Unem Tajela playing for Orlando Pirates so far?
Look, let's not judge him only we derby. Unem Tajela. He's a very, very good player. I like him. He can control the midfield. He can play. He can be aggressive to win the ball. But yeah, man, it's not a really an easy one, but it is what it is.
And then he guys achieves Bonabatatu Mabuye.
Yeah,
Mabuye, who's played for Maritzburg United, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Supersport United. Very good player.
Yeah.
When he came on to Kaizer Chiefs, the Chiefs beidlalisa kakhulu lo mfana lo Ngcobo. But Umabuye raised his hand, and you can see Kaizer Chiefs' direction and shape in the middle of the park. What have you made of Umabuye this season so far?
Umabuye, he did very well. He gave Kaizer Chiefs stability in that midfield. Somebody that will protect the defense. Somebody that was going to make everyone play. And other than that, look, there was nothing special with him. But his hard work, you can see his hard work at Kaizer Chiefs midfield. That thing. Now he's a puzzle that when you're gonna take that puzzle out, you're definitely gonna see the hole. Definitely gonna see the hole in that midfield. If Mabuya is gonna be taken out, you're gonna see that hole. And Mabuya is doing very well, doing very, very well. Same applies to Makehleni. A lot of people they don't understand him. They don't understand his role. And he's doing his role very, very, very perfectly. Because what he does is that he's making sure that he stands in front of the defense like this. So that no one will go through to the defense. That is one thing that I'm happy about. But other than that, nothing much.
Contender maybe for midfield of the season, Mabuye?
No, not midfield of the season, because we still have Allende, we still have Mfukeng, we still have Udebo Mkwena. Yeah, no, not in that level. But yes, he did well. I agree.
And then, see Valela, if Coach Abdeslam Moadu fails to win the league this season, do you think it's a failed season for Yena Orlando Pirates? The MTN8 Pirates is used to winning it. And then Sharp, he won the Carling knockout, but usually if it's not the Carling knockout, then in Nedbank. Do you think if he fails to win the league, he would have failed, given also the depth, Amamletele all the players that they've signed for him? If he has to look at the league, how do we rate him? Is it a successful season for Yena or Ohlulekile?
To be honest, he did well. When last we saw Mamelodi Sundowns and Pirates behind Mamelodi Sundowns with 2 points? When last did we have that situation? That was maybe 8 years back. Because every season, when we go to December break, Sundowns are sitting up there maybe with about 10 or 12 points. Ola Lona Obongane Benedict Vilakazi bambiza leti Napoleon umshikashika insizwe zishumi mayoda ngekenze lutho ngizothi please bafethu don't forget to subscribe, like, share and post. And ngiyacela bafethu masibuya la next week, please bafethu, let's engage, let's talk, subscribe ani, send them a message, questions, let's have a bit of a dialogue, let's share some ideas and moments of the game itself. Tango.